I'm Alex Radcliffe from Board Game Co, and this is News and Week in Review, where we're going to go through a variety of news pieces, as well as the games and videos we've covered this past week, links and timestamps to everything down below. Let's start off as we do with the news. We have Adventures in Neverland. This is bad news. This is bad news, to be very clear. This is not good news. This is Adventures in Neverland is finally giving up, which I guess you could argue might be good news in the sense that at least there's a sense of closure as opposed to that inevitable will they, won't they, like, what's going to happen with Storm Thunder? Is it happening? Is it not happening? Who's to really say? It's honestly, it's one of those weird things, because, like, I spent a lot of money on Storm Thunder, and at this point, we finally hit the point where, this wasn't meant to be about Storm Thunder, we finally hit the point where I have games that have not shown up, that will not show up, that I spent money on, and they won't come, and that's happened, but nothing quite comes close to the amount of money I spent on Storm Thunder compared to any other game. Like, I'd have to go through and think, but, like, maybe a $300 all-in elsewhere, but with Storm Thunder, I spent like $800. I don't know if I'll ever see it. We shall see. But the weird part is I'm not more upset about it. Like, I will have a sense of righteous injustice over, I don't know, something stupid. I don't have a good example. Something stupid. When I'm trying to renew my cell phone plan and they're like, they bump up or whatever, my internet. When my wireless internet's like, hey, your plan's $10 more a month now. I'm like, how dare you do that? You sold me on this plan. Now you're just trying to rely on the fact that I won't go elsewhere. And then with Storm Thunder, like, again, right now it's still hopefully coming. Hopefully, we'll see. But if they do officially announce, okay, we're giving up, we can't do it, I will be upset. But I'll still be more upset at my phone plan situation or my internet or whatever. I don't know why that is. It's not, I don't know why that is. Anyways, Adventures in Neverland. Adventures in Neverland is probably not coming. Now, they did say something about refunds to backers. I am unclear on what that will be, to what extent it'll be. I think they're unclear. There's not really a certainty as far as how that's going to go, but it's never coming. They tried. It's funny because way back when, if you want to talk internet drama, way back when, Tom Vassell, in covering this campaign, because of the creator, not the designer, he was fairly critical of it on crowd surfing. And he got some pushback on that because it was like, hey, don't be so mean to the designers. They're nice people. Something along those lines. And he was like, you know what? You're right. I kind of had opinions around the company, not around the designers. So you know what? I will guarantee that I will review it when you send me a copy. Like, it was a whole nice little apology video. It's never coming now. So he was right to be upset at the company, apparently. Anyways, Adventures in Neverland. Then from there, we have Matago Tease's Peak Team, a game by Scott Alms. I actually had a chance to play like half a game of this at Gen Con a while ago with no pretty arts and graphics. Now it looks pretty. I am intrigued by this one. It's a reverse drafting mechanic, which you're going to be assigning your cards to the players in order to kind of, I believe it's cooperative if I recall correctly. Was it cooperative? I want to say it was cooperative. Yeah, cooperate to explore a mountain, observing and safeguarding its wildlife. I had a chance to play an early release of this at Gen Con 20... Was it last year or 2 years ago? I don't know. At some point I played this game, but it was fun from the draft that I played, from the prototype I played. We have Portal Games with Age of Galaxy. They're taking Age of Galaxy from the smaller box game. I hope they take Age of Innovation. I would love to get a cool copy of Innovation. Age of Innovation is fantastic. Age of Galaxy is good, but I prefer Age of Innovation. But they're putting out a pretty cool version of this game. I think it's a great game. Definitely check it out. I think Age of Innovation is better. Portal, get on that. I have Age of Innovation. It's so good. Then we have Elden Ring. Elden Ring, the board game, Rot and Sorcery. As Steamforge Games is doing the follow-up to the Elden Ring, this time with 2 new boxes to discover and explore. So if you're interested in Elden Ring, if you missed out the first time, or if you want more content, you can check that out. You can also check out Emerald Echoes from Post Curious. Emerald Echoes is the spiritual successor to the Emerald Flame. The Emerald Flame is amazing, so I'm very excited for the Emerald Echoes because, well, I like Post Curious and what they do. The games have so far been fantastic, and I'm very excited to play through another game in their universe of puzzle games. They do a good job with their stuff. I'm very excited for this one. Definitely recommend checking it out. And then we have Wonderland's War Duel. This is going to be a 2-player version of Wonderland's War. Those seem to be all the rage these days, along with new factions of the Caterpillar and the White Queen for the original Wonderland's War. This is going to be launching from Druid City Games, coming at some point this coming year. Not this coming year. I don't know when. I don't know when it's coming. It's coming. It's coming at some point. I don't know when it's coming, though. Anyways, that is what we have as far as the news pieces, which means... Oh, I forgot to put games on the table. I forgot to do that. Usually I have games on the table of games I hope to be playing this week, and I forgot to do that. Anyways, with that said, I realize that because usually I take my laptop over here, and I close it, and I put it on a stack of games. and I can't do that right now, so we're not going to do that right now. Instead, we will continue on with the videos this week. We had a Where Are They Now going up this past week, covering games I covered a year ago and 5 years ago. We had 15 crowdfunding creators. This is kind of a general, like, hey, over the next 6 weeks, I don't know exactly what will and won't be happening as far as crowdfunding videos. I will possibly have two back and not back, possibly have two back and not back, and possibly not. So far, it's possibly yes, just with a asterisk to how I do it. But nonetheless, in that video, I also recommended 15 crowdfunding creators for a variety of different types of crowdfunding content that are definitely worth checking out if you like crowdfunding content covered by your creators. That's a whole lot of C's over there. Then we also had best 8 games I saw at Origins. At Origins 2025, I came back having seen a lot of different games. Most of them I already knew existed, but I did see 8 games that I didn't know. I either didn't know about them at all, or I found out more to be excited about them. I played 6 of them. 2 of them I just got to see, but they're definitely worth checking out if you're interested in 8 different games that are Cult of the New that I thought was very cool. In some cases, they're not even available at Origins. I saw them at Origins, then they'll be at Gen Con or Essen. I just got sneak peeks at them. We also had 2 back or not to back, sort of. I did a 2 back or not to back video. This covering different than the usual format. Instead of doing like a research, here's all the pledges and all that stuff, I just kind of gave loosey-goosey thoughts on a bunch of games that armed the target audience for. I specifically did not cover all crowdfunding campaigns. I covered ones that I consider myself the target audience for specifically, and then give my own thoughts on which ones I'm getting and which ones not. Kind of more of a general, like, I don't know, armchair roundup as opposed to a deep dive into all the various notes. I did see from a variety of people. There were a bunch of people who are like, I kind of prefer this format. So we will see what happens. As of right now, the game plan is I will probably do that because, honestly, I was able to do like 5 minutes of research on each game and then do the video. Normally, each game gets 30 to 60 minutes of research when I do the crowdfunding, when I do the 2 back and not to back, because I go through the whole entire crowdfunding campaign. I find the pledge levels, I break it down, I look at the publisher, I look at what's going on as far as the shipping and tariffs and all these different things. I really look into the campaign. I try to figure out how it plays in many cases, or at least a loose version of how it plays that I can at least tell you the core notes. And this time I didn't do that. If I knew how the game played, great. If I didn't, I was like, it looks interesting, and that's kind of where I ended. So a lot less research. Some of you prefer that. Again, for right now, for the next 6 weeks, I will probably end up doing that for 2 back and not to back. But depending on reception, once convention season is over, I will either go back to the regular 2 back and not to back, or I'll continue doing that if people prefer it, because there is something nice, I guess, about the personal level as, you know, hey, here's what's actually pulling me in and why. But I think there's also something nice about the well-researched, like, here's all the things you need to know. I don't know which one you prefer, and I don't know what kind of feedback I'll get, but I will just keep an eye on the feedback and go from there. One of them is a whole lot less work, I'll tell you that much. But I'm not looking for the thing that's less work. I'm looking for the thing that is a better value to you, to what do you want to see. Anyways, those are the videos this past week, which means the games I covered. I covered a few games, actually. This past Thursday, I did not do a full 3-video day on Thursday. I only did 1 video, and that's because I didn't have everything ready in time, and I was like, I could rearrange some stuff, but I'm going to give myself the grace and just not do it so I can get ahead on videos. Again, I am a little crazy busy right now, and I will be until Gen Con is over. But this past week, we had Wild Gardens. I did a review of Wild Gardens. I like Wild Gardens. I give it a 3.5 out of 5. I like the solo mode. I like the game overall. It doesn't wow me, but it's just good all around. It checks all the boxes that are necessary to be a good, well-produced game. Then we have 6 expansion reviews. I did just a roundup of 6 different expansion reviews. I also realized this is the bad part about... I film things I film things all over the place as far as when they get filmed. And I filmed the 6 expansion reviews like probably 6 months ago. And I'm realizing this because in that video, I did a review for Furnace, the expansion, and no spoilers. I mean, I guess inherently spoiler, but in my upcoming Games Leaving the Collection video, I finally got rid of Furnace. Those videos were filmed like 6 months apart, but they're going to go up like a week and a half apart. So, just random fun stuff. Anyways, that was 6 expansion reviews. Check it out if you want to see my thoughts on 6 quick expansions. We had a Realm of Reckoning gameplay. I will give you my thoughts on it later because we're going to have a review going up for it later today, so I will give you my thoughts on Realm of Reckoning later. We also had Battles for Rokugan, a gameplay on Battles for Rokugan. I think I gave you my thoughts on this already, didn't I? Maybe? Meg did a preview. I may not have given my thoughts on it, but Battles of Rokugan. I kind of covered it in my 2 back and not to back if you watch that. I like the game. It's a good overall game. This is a sponsored playthrough. It checks all the boxes. It's fun. It does what you need to do. Again, this isn't the highest praise, but it's a miniatures game set in the Legend of the Five Rings universe. The overall gameplay is very satisfying. The dice rolling and dice mitigation and all the ways to try to manipulate the dice was an overall decent puzzle. Managing your key, managing your honor. There's a bunch of things that work out well as far as the game goes. All that said, it didn't like absolutely amaze me. It was a good was a good dungeon crawler type game. I have a lot of others that I prefer, so it didn't wow me. It's a good game. I enjoyed it. I'd happily play it more. I'm not seeking it out. Then we had a Black Rose Wars preview and gameplay going up this week. Again, I gave you my thoughts on 2 Back Not to Back, but again, condensed here in case you didn't watch that. I think Black Rose Wars is excellent. I think it's one of Ludus Magnus Studios' better games, although for me, DEI is always going to be the best game. Well, maybe not always, but right now it's definitely the best game for me. But Black Rose Wars is definitely their flagship product that is well received and well liked. Every time I've played it, I've had fun, and that's true for this one as well. The rules are definitely more straightforward than the original. They've done a good job cleaning it up to match the Black Rose Wars Rebirth kind of rule set and all that. Small streamlined stuff, adding in the avatar for solo play and things like that, or augmented player counts, but it's a good game. It's a good game of casting spells. I always have fun when I play it. I feel powerful. I feel like I can build my deck and try to accommodate the way I'm going to try to approach it, from more manipulation, more damage, more defense. There's all these things you can do. It is a good, fun mage battling experience. I would happily play it whenever. It's probably a 4 to 5 to me, but it's a big box miniature 4 to 5, and I have too many games in that category. I actually asked my group after playing it. I was like, do you want to play this? Do you want this to show up on the table again and again, or are you just willing to play it? And we all had fun, but we were all in the camp of this wouldn't be the thing that we most prioritize playing, but we'll all have fun playing it. So good, but also not prioritized. That was basically the videos we did this past week, the games we covered this past week, which brings us to today. Today I'm going to have a preview going up for Sky Empire, as well as a Realm of Reckoning review going up for the Ivy Studios game. And then we have next week, we're going to have a bunch of things. We'll have an Origins Haul. I don't know if there'll be a video on Monday or not. I haven't decided yet. But there should be an Origins Haul video going up on Sunday if things go well. It's a light haul. I didn't come back with a ton of things, but hey, I came back with a bunch of stuff. May as well show you the things I came back with. And then we also have games leaving the collection. That is going to go up later towards the end of next week, assuming it doesn't get pushed off. You never know what gets pushed off. And I also want to do a video. I want to do a video on Dice Tower East. Maybe I'll do that Monday. It's probably too late to be much promotion for them, but maybe that will be Monday's video. We'll see. Anyways, that is it. And then the games on the table. I don't have the games on the table, but I will tell you some of the things I do plan on playing over the next, 48 hours. I plan on playing through some more Grendel because I need to have a review up for it, and I still want more plays of it. So there's going to be more plays of Grendel before that video goes up on Tuesday, I assume. I'll be playing through some more Sail Legacy from All Play because I'm trying to play through the first arc of it so I can give you my initial first impressions on it before the campaign goes live. I will almost certainly be playing through some 4 Shuffle because my daughter's been asking for it, and I am a sucker for playing the games she asks for. And then what else am I likely to play? What other things am I likely to play in the next 24 to 40? Oh, Pollen from All Play. That's one of the games I came back from Origins with. My daughter liked the look of it, and so she wanted to play that, so I will likely be playing Pollen from All Play as well over the next 48 hours. Anyways, that's basically it. That is your week in review. Until next time, I'm Alex Radcliffe from Board Game Co. I hope you enjoyed this video, and as always, I hope you have a good one.